You get a text. A local competitor with 3 solid commercial routes is quietly looking to sell their business and retire before Labor Day. That leaves you a rigid 90-day window to act. But most independent operators hesitate. They assume closing an SBA loan takes 6 months of agonizing paperwork, so they let the deadline slip. This chart shows exactly who steps in while you wait. Private equity firms use a roll-up strategy. They buy up small, fragmented landscaping businesses at low multiples of 1 to 2 times earnings, combine them into massive regional platforms, and eventually sell them for 11 to 14 times their original value. The operator who pauses over financing fears misses out on acquiring active commercial routes, trucks, and market share. Instead, they watch those assets go to a faster, better organized institutional buyer. To beat them to the punch, you have to change how you view commercial acquisition financing. Forget the idea of bureaucratic red tape. Think of it as a standard mortgage, but for a business. Look at this split-screen comparison. A bank underwriting a home mortgage looks at your W-2 income, your credit score, and asks for a down payment. An SBA lender looks for the exact same things. They verify the business's cash flow, test its ability to handle debt, and typically ask for 10% down. The mechanics are identical. The only difference is that instead of buying a physical foundation and 4 walls, the property you are purchasing consists of active mowing routes, recurring maintenance contracts, and a seasoned client list. Treating the SBA as a strict mortgage broker offering the commercial market's lowest interest rates strips away the mystery. It turns a terrifying financial hurdle into a clear, repeatable process for expansion. A highly prepared buyer can take that feared 6-month SBA timeline and compress it into a predictable 45-day sprint. This timeline tracks the exact steps. Week 1 is all about triggering pre-qualification. You deliver 3 months of business bank statements, 1 year of tax returns, and a single-paragraph memo explaining how you'll use the funds. Moving into weeks 2 and 3, the focus shifts to the seller. They provide their profit and loss statements so the lender can test the financial viability of the target business. This introduces the debt service coverage ratio, or DSCR. The underwriter needs mathematical proof that the target business generates enough cash to cover the new loan payment and have exactly 25% left over as a safety cushion. Clearing this specific cash flow test in the first 3 weeks means your deal structure is secure. You know the foundation is solid before you spend a single dollar on legal fees or third-party appraisals. During weeks 4 and 5, the formal paperwork begins. Both parties sign the official letter of intent, and the lender orders an independent valuation to confirm the business is actually worth the asking price. This chart breaks down how the deal is ultimately funded. The final capital stack typically requires a manageable 10% down payment from you, while the SBA 7A program guarantees the remaining 90% of the purchase. By week 6, underwriting is complete. The bank executes the wire transfers, and you sit across the desk to receive the physical keys, the equipment titles, and the route maps. Executing this 45-day sprint easily beats the seller's Labor Day retirement deadline. It proves that extreme operational organization will consistently outmaneuver raw institutional capital when competing for local acquisitions. To make that fast-track timeline possible, you have to adopt the sunshining strategy. This means applying for loan pre-approvals between May and September when your seasonal performance is peaking, rather than waiting for the winter cash flow trough when your bank accounts look thin. An underwriter-ready operator has a specific financial profile: totally separate business checking accounts, 0 recent overdrafts, and consistently low revolving credit balances. If your books aren't there yet, initiate a 30-day fix. Start by opening a dedicated business account to stop the commingling of personal and company funds. Next, implement 2 strict rules for your credit profile: completely halt account overdrafts and aggressively pay down credit cards to keep utilization below 30%. Maintaining this proactive financial hygiene separates operators who dictate their own market expansion from those perpetually locked out of the best acquisition targets. When a local competitor decides they are finally ready to step away, their routes won't stay on the market for long. The window closes fast. The lowest risk move you can make today is a digital pre-qualification. It takes minutes to complete and uses soft credit pulls, meaning you can test your exact borrowing capacity without damaging your current score. Platforms like BusinessLoan.Directory use an algorithmic routing mechanism to process this. They automatically match your application with an SBA-preferred lender who specifically understands the seasonal revenue cycles of a landscaping business. If you bring clean financials and strict organization to the table, the marketplace will deliver the exact capital you need, exactly when you need it.